I'm just like, you know, I look at the bright side of things a lot. It's
I
like
can
you
tell.
learn from your experiences,
every one of
your
these
bad tattoos. Just gonna, and I also just like looking at the poop face, so I don't have to turn it around.
Hi, I'm Pony Lawson.
Hi, I'm Bradley Silver, and we're playing Ink or Stink.
No, if I had to be truthful, it would be ink, because that's what I do. I enjoy micro tattoos when they're done well. Bradley?
I'll change it to ink. We're friends.
Ooh.
Well, they are like antiques on my shelf, so I really like antiques, so that's why I'm gonna give them an ink.
It's 50-50, you know? They are, I love and appreciate traditional coil machines. However, there's a lot of work to them, a lot of maintenance, a lot of being finicky. They're great for antiques, hanging up on a shelf, you know, using them for art, but I don't know if I could go back to using a traditional coil machine.
Dude, if like a spring broke on me today on one of those things, I would just be like,
yeah, I quit.
It, done.
Walk out of the shop.
You know what? If you got like a following and you want to go pay your rent and you found a cheap place, like go make your money, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're good, then people are gonna come get tattooed by you no matter where you're at. Like what's the difference? So
yeah, I think that like a walk-in shop is typically more for people who need the exposure, you know, things like that, and who need people to walk in, who need people to advertise for them and things like that. Whereas the private studios can be 1 people, it can be 5 people, but you're in a more private setting, you don't have to worry about people walking in the door all the time. So I'm gonna say ink over stink with private studios.
Ink. Dude, you're not cool unless you have one. I don't have any, so I'm clearly not cool.
I'm in the same boat. I tried to be cool, but
way cooler than me. I'm gonna go stink.
Yeah, don't with your eyeballs. You only get 2 of them.
Look, you know, if you like to do it, go ahead and do it, but damn. Damn.
It's ballsy.
It's a loaded question.
What do you mean?
Because like, what is tribal man? Are you talking about like 90s American tribal?
If it were authentic, I would go. Yeah. But if we're talking an American tribal.
From the 90s. Unless you're George Clooney and it is fucking vampire killing time, then it is awesome.
Oh my God.
You gotta do it. What do you mean?
The photos of the tattoos that you've done, you want to edit those?
No, just like, you know, you gotta play with like exposure or contrast sometimes. Like everybody does it. If you're posting like black and white photos,
I hate that. I hate the black and white photos thing. I think that's so, that's a cop-out. The desaturation is a cop-out. You're taking out the red. I could go on and on and on about this for days, but that,
I like a good photo that's like, you know, where you can see that, like the person's skin tone and everything, but you know.
But see, you can get a good photo with a good camera, good lens, etc. With the knowledge. If you're, reducing the noise, if you're blurring your photos, if you're bumping the contrast, a lot of these folks will bump their contrast up so high, you see the whites just blown out, the colors are unrealistic.
Well, that's
it's just not cool to see. And then I just don't believe any of the work that you posted. If I can tell that you photoshopped your work on one photo, I don't believe anything you've ever done.
I feel like that's an extreme though, because everybody, for like every media outlet there ever is, you know, using like high quality photos has to like does some kind of like touching one way or another, even like recoloring or whatever. I'm not a photo expert, but like these are the people that you have to compete with to make good photos that are aesthetic in this business and like market yourself.
I see people getting like Instagram famous that way or whatever. They just because all their photos have the same filter that's kind of brought through every single one of them, or they're doing the same thing. But then you'll see like a video of the tattoo and then it's not even the same colors. The skin tone's not the same. It's all washed out. You know, a lot of people like to wash out the skin tone colors, which is a bummer. So I have to sit on more of the stink side than the ink side for plenty of reasons. Oh, that could be.
That's like a big, yeah. It's a whirlwind in there, but it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, depending on the show. I mean, some shows can stink, and some shows I would pay anything to go back to. So
I feel like usually you're gonna have some fun though.
Yeah, you're always gonna have fun. At the very least, even if the show is scummy and there's a bunch of scummy people there, you're still gonna have a good time.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and hold this up here.
Yeah.
I love it. It can be weird though.
It can be weird. You mean like working together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's not so fun working together because you're kind of pulling and tugging when the other person's working or getting each other's way. But like when you can pass the person back and forth, a little bit easier, and you can, you culminate some really cool ideas that way too.
Yeah, you learn the hard way when you're like both trying to tattoo at the same time because you think it's so cool, and then like someone lets go of the skin and you're
right.
like, oh.
Wow. I'll lean on the stink side.
I'm gonna go
a little
on
stinky.
ink. I'm gonna go on ink with it. I've
Yeah.
seen some cool ones. It looks pretty weird, like, but if you do some really bold stuff,
Sure.
then it kind of looks like scarification, and like you can have some really cool designs. Like my friend has a whole sleeve and it's all kind of like this paisley, and she's like white as hell.
Yeah.
So like it really is like
Stands out on her.
Stands out.
How long she had that? Do you think the sun will affect that after years and it still looks good?
Years, yeah.
See, I think sometimes you get away with it. A lot of times, like the general white tattoos, like a script or a name or something like that, I feel like just,
I think you gotta go bold.
yeah.
Gotta go bold and go crazy. I like them.
Yeah. And then we have to go with
When they're really well done and it's like so smooth, I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
How did you do that shit? That's incredible. And then seeing the like 112 meg.
Oh my God,
It's
for
like
sure. Now see, I think when
awesome.
I'm thinking of these tattoos, I'm thinking of the more general ones. When they are well done, I think they are very good. But I'm thinking of like the general blackout arm tattoos that turn like weird green, or they're not completely consistent and they don't look good. So most of the time, I think they don't look good. But there are a few occasions.
But some of the masters where you're just like, wow, that's the smoothest solid black I've ever seen a whole entire arm. I'm just like, wow.
Oh,
yes.
the best. Some of the best tattoos are joke tattoos. If they make me laugh, you did your job.
I don't know about joke, but I had my wife and my friend tattoo my ass one time, and that was pretty funny.
What did they tattoo?
An X, because we were drunk and in a tattoo shop.
X marks the spot.
You know, like way later. We had been doing some things, and went back to the shop to play some cards, and ended up getting little X's tattooed on our butts. It wasn't my idea. I was like, this is a bad idea, but they would not shut the f up, so we all have little X's on our ass.
Don't know how I feel about those. I think I'd like to do them. I think it'd be fun to do them, but like, I don't know. That's just odd.
It's pretty odd, but also it's kind of fun.
No, for sure. There's another split decision, because like I've seen a couple of them, it's like, holy shit. But I mean, at the same time, it's nothing that I could wear. I couldn't wear a giant vagina on my hip either.
Okay, here's where this is the line that I draw. I like them when it's more of like a illustration, you know, like Sad Amish, I think does some stuff like that, and it's like really cool, but like that very like graphic realism porno, like, you know, all the stuff like, you know, red marks all over, blood. I'm just like, oh my God. But now the more I think of it, actually, maybe I just like it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Maybe one day there will be a good one somehow, but
yeah, right.
It's just like
it does involve you know, one-on-one. Like you need tattoo schools are usually generally you know, like 20 students plus or whatever that are taught by like one teacher, but you're not getting a lot of like hands-on training. If you can accomplish that hands-on training, you know, with a solid teacher, and you're not just pumping them in and out and getting them out there within 1 to 3 months, then I think tattoo schools can be good. But most of the time, almost all the time, it's not that way.
I think if someone knows how to do it well, it might be a good thing, and if it's from an actual master or something, then you can learn a lot. But you'd probably want to be a tattoo artist first, so you know something.
But yeah, and that's where I was going to go with the next. So I think you can I think there are those classes and things like that where you can elevate what you already know, but like if you're starting from scratch, not the way to go. Aside from diseases and all sorts of things, it's just not the way to go.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they never come out that well. You know what I mean? Not that I like look at a bunch of genital tattoos, but I've never really seen one that I was like, oh damn, that's quality right there.
I think there's some people who could do some quality ones, but like I just don't want to do it, so that's why it stinks for me.
And it probably does stink anyway. So.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not really wanting to do it, but if you do want to pay me $10,000, gladly.
Bring it over. Bring me that salami. Let's run it.
That's what I'm saying. Set your price way up.
Yeah, that's what we used to do too in the shop. If somebody ever mentioned they wanted it, it'd be like, oh, there's like a $5,000 handling fee, and they were like, oh, no. Okay. But if they said yes, guess who's making money that day?
That's what I did too, especially for this is actually literally stink, because somebody asked me to tattoo their asshole, and I was like, $5,000.
Did they say okay?
No, they said, why is it so expensive?
Oh.
I was like, so I don't have to touch your asshole.
Right, because it's your asshole, my guy.